Sometimes the thing we need to change is the very thing that prevents us from changing. And what is that thing? For me, it's resistance. The feeling of pushing against something or something pushing against you or holding you back. In the world of art, Stephen Pressfield identifies this enemy of creativity as resistance. He describes it as this destructive force inherent to human nature that rises against our creative pursuit whenever we set about taking a long term course of action that benefits us and others. And this force that seeks to prevent us from expressing our true potential can take various forms, which I'm sure you know: procrastination, self doubt, self sabotage, or distraction. He says this about writing, but it goes for any serious pursuit. There's a secret that real writers know that wannabe writers don't. And the secret is this: it's not the writing part that's hard. What's hard is sitting down to write. What keeps us from sitting down is resistance. When you set a strong, clear intention, there's often a rush in the beginning, a kind of energy like, yes, I'm doing this. But then you actually start moving toward your goal, and inevitably, at some point, it starts to get uncomfortable. Wanting change is one thing, putting in the work is another. And sometimes part of the work is figuring out what the work even is. And that can be so frustrating. You start to feel this unbearable weight of uncertainty. In a way, it feels like going against yourself, the self you knew up until that point. And it's normal to feel like that. Just like any object in motion encounters friction against air, any person moving toward an ideal encounters friction within their own identity. When the habits, beliefs, and assumptions behind that identity don't support that ideal, that friction can arise as anxiety and discouragement and frustration and confusion. And we often interpret that as proof that the direction is wrong. But discomfort doesn't necessarily mean we should stop. It's just information, not something to be avoided by all means. Sometimes it's simply the experience of leaving familiar ground and entering a new territory. One of the main reasons we resist change is because we focus more on what we have to give up than on what we have to gain. Big change can read as danger because our biology, our nervous system, leans toward what feels safe. And what feels safe is often just what is familiar, predictable. A lot of that resistance comes from fear.